Chosen one, stop everything you are doing right now. Do not scroll past this. If your eyes are fixed on this message, know this: it is no accident. It is divine alignment in motion. You have been seeking validation. You have been whispering to God, Lord, give me a sign. This is your sign. Heaven has found you. I need you to receive this with your spirit. God says, go public with it. The season of hiding, the time of silent waiting, the phase of second going, those days are over. The very thing you feared doing, the dream you have held back, the voice you have stifled, He is calling you to step into the open. He says, let my glory be seen through you. This is not just another message. This is activation. Because what you are about to do next will either throw open the gates of favor or shut the breakthrough door in your face. Hear me, chosen one. The atmosphere around you shifting. You felt the stirring in the late hours, the restless nudge inside your heart, the unmistakable pull of destiny. That is not anxiety. That is God's urgency. He is saying, it is time. The world needs to see what God has placed inside of you. You have been concealed for long enough. You have been quiet, underestimated, disregarded. Yet in the hidden time, God was forging you. Behind the scenes, you are being prepped for a public elevation. And now the call is clear. But before we dive further, pause for a moment. Yes, pause. Breathe then. Prepare, because the message ahead isn't casual. It is life-changing. New scripture anchor. The Lord Himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. Deuteronomy 31. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Isaiah 41:10. When you say this out loud, you activate the chain reaction of heaven. Doors begin to open, shackles begin to fall. This is your war cry, your invitation to rise, to shine, to walk in the identity you were born to own. The world is watching. Will you answer the call? There is no retreat now. The final hour has arrived. A moment where all your preparation converges. The moment you sense deep within as a low hum, a fire simmering beneath the surface. This is it. The silence, the patience, the tears. They have all been forming you. Now the waiting ends. The light that beckons you out of darkness demands your immediate response. To delay is to resist destiny. You stand at the threshold. On one side, hesitation, comfort, fear. On the other, bold step, heart pounding, history shifting. Step into the light. Rise, chosen one. Imagine dawn breaking after the longest night. The first rays cast out all lingering shadows of doubt and fear. This light doesn't simply show things, it transforms them. It renews, it empowers, it changes everything. Know this, you are not called to stride this path alone or silently. The universe itself is aligning with your purpose. The stars, the winds, the doors, they are all aligned behind you, waiting for one thing, your move. This is the hour when miracles are born. When the impossible yields, the final hour doesn't scare, it invites. Embrace it with arms wide open, heart blazing in faith. Feel courage flooding your veins, preparing you to speak your truth. You have trained, you have waited, and now, with every fiber of your being, move forward. The light will meet you, it will surround you, it will blaze the way. This is your moment. Own it. You are on the edge, the line where past falls away, future explodes into being. This is more than a boundary. It is a spiritual frontier where fear must fall, faith must run wild. Cross it and everything changes. No retreat, no fallback to comfort. This moment demands courageous heart, raw and ready. The universe holds its breath as you decide. Will you step forward or stay rooted? The truth is, you have already been shaped for this moment. Every tear, every struggle, every silent cry, all part of the preparation. Think of the hero in every story who leapt from the cliff. Only those who jump are changed forever. This is your leap, the point of no return. Yes, it is terrifying, but also the greatest liberation. It forces you to commit fully to this calling. Though the world may shake around you, inside you will discover rock-solid strength. Do not let fear paralyze you. Let it fuel your ascent. Remember, the divine stands beside you, ready to catch you if you stumble and elevate you far beyond what you imagine. When you step, you declare to the cosmos, you are ready. When you speak the words God placed on your heart, you trigger a sequence written long before you were born. Doors once locked open, chains break. This is your call to arms. Your voice is more than sound. It is a vessel of heaven reaching earth. You are the proclamation of power. The light inside you has waited too long to stay hidden. Now is the time to release it. This is not ego, it is obedience. A sacred unveiling so others may recognize the glory within you. Picture this. You stand before family, friends, even strangers. You declare who you are. Feel the weight of those words, but also the surge of freedom they carry. Your declaration becomes your testimony, proof that the divine plan is alive and active within you. Remember, your courage isn't just for you. It becomes hope for someone else walking in darkness. When you speak your truth openly, you spark others to rise. Stand tall, speak clearly, let your voice be heard. This is the moment you have been ready for your whole life. In a world obsessed with offerings and sacrifice, God's demand looks different. He asks not for wealth or outward displays, but for your heart, your spirit, your steadfast obedience. Money fades, possessions shift, but obedience to God's voice unleashes eternal power. Understand, God's call is personal, direct. He isn't after rituals or empty gestures. He wants to see your commitment in full view, because hidden. Faith is powerless faith. Your obedience, spoken and witnessed, is the spark that ignites the plan. It is the key that opens doors no man can shut. His demand is simple, yet profound. Respond now. Yes, fully. Yes, without reserve. Many confuse faith with passive waiting, but true faith moves. It acts. You were made for action. Your obedience will release heaven's power, unlocking blessings and favor you haven't even dreamed yet. This is your moment to prove your faith, not only in your heart, but in your actions. Let everyone around you witness the transformation about to unfold in your life. This is not a secret. It is a truth to broadcast. Your family, your circle, even doubters, they must hear it. You are chosen by God for a purpose larger than you ever imagined. Let the world see it. Think of the impact, not just on your life, but on theirs. When you openly voice your calling, you invite others into the journey. Supporters will rally. Doubters will reconsider. Those who overlooked you will watch with new eyes. This announcement shakes foundations. Your relationships transform. New alliances form. Divine connections begin. Even opponents will tremble before this declaration. Your words carry weight. This is not bragging. It is spiritual fact. You are God's chosen. Your life will now reflect that truth. Unmistakably, speak boldly. Your voice bears destiny. Mark this hour. Between 8 and 9 p.m., the universe align. Heaven's gates widen to pour out blessing upon your declaration. This is not coincidence. It is divine timing, a sacred window carved for you. Be ready to step into the spotlight at exactly this time. Think of it as the tipping point, the spark that sets it all in motion. This is when confusion gives way to clarity. When you stand bold and declare your truth, A surge of spiritual energy washes over you. Weight turns to power. Doubts vanish. God's promises begin to unfold. Do not underestimate this hour. Treat it with reverence. Get your courage. Sharpen your words, stand firm. This window is your launch pad into a new life of purpose, power, divine favor. When you speak at this moment, you are not alone. Heaven stands with you, moving behind the scenes. The confusion that clouded you, the questions that gnawed at you, they are lifting now. Even as you read this, God is clearing the fog and replacing it with radiant clarity. No longer will you be paralyzed by fear. Your mind will not keep circling second guesses. The divine light floods in, lighting the path before you with unmistakable certainty. This clearing of confusion isn't just mental, it is spiritual awakening. You will begin to see your life from a higher vantage, understanding the purpose behind every delay, every struggle, every prayer. Doubt loses its grip when replaced by the unwavering truth of God's plan. Feel the weight lift. Let the burden of indecision fall. Know you are exactly where you need to be. The path ahead will challenge you, but now you walk it. Eyes open, heart steady, the fog is gone. A vision of greatness awaits you. Step forward with this certainty. God is with you. Time is no longer an ally, it is a summons to urgent action. The intricate plan God has woven depends on your yes to set it into motion. Delay means delay for destiny itself. You hold the key, the power to release blessings, miracles, transformation, just by acting now. Hesitation risks losing momentum. God is preparing to pour out. Consider for a moment the stories of faith. Noah building the ark before the flood. Moses leading his people out of Egypt. Esther standing before the king to save her people. In every case, the turning point came when they obeyed. Your story is no different. Is this moment of public declaration is your seismic shift? Do not wait for perfect circumstances or another sign from someone else. The sign is within you, the voice of God demanding action. Your obedience flips the switch. It unleashes the sequence. You are not meant to walk this alone. Your declaration will become the rallying cry that brings your tribe. Those who believe you, who see the light in your eyes, who stand by you, they will help carry this vision. They will encourage, uplift, and stand firm with you when trials come. Call on your family, your friends, your allies. Let them stand with you. Their presence amplifies your power and removes resistance from doubt or negativity. When others witness your boldness, they are inspired. You create momentum. Remember, even the greatest leaders had a tribe. Let your announcement be one of unity as well as faith. Invite those around you. Build that community. Your courage will ignite theirs. Together, you will walk this path unstoppable. Blessed that heaviness you feel, it is not a burden. It is divine authority resting on your shoulders. It is spiritual power entrusted to you. A sacred responsibility that sets you apart from the ordinary. This weight is evidence of your calling, a mantle, not a millstone. It strengthens rather than crushes. It is God's hand upon your life. Feel it. Let it sharpen your focus, deepen your wisdom, expand your capacity for greatness. This weight comes with promise, spiritual insight, protection. You are not carrying it alone. God supports and empowers you every step of the way. Embrace this sacred weight with both humility and pride. It is the hallmark of those chosen to lead, to transform, to shine. The world will recognize this power in you. Your influence will grow beyond what you ever imagined. This is your divine heritage. Carry it boldly once you declare your calling publicly. The ripple effects will be undeniable. Your position will shift. Your influence will multiply. Doors that were once closed will swing open. Your sphere of impact will enlarge. People will see you not just as you were, but as you are meant to be, a beacon of divine authority and wisdom. This transformation isn't about ego or display. It is about purpose. As your spiritual power grows, so will your capacity to impact others. Your words will carry weight, your decisions guided by divine insight, your presence commanding attention. This is the natural fruit of faith in action. Get ready for this change because it may come swiftly and powerfully. Relationships will shift, opportunities will multiply. Your inner confidence will rise. You are stepping into a realm where your influence matches your purpose. Get ready to lead, to inspire, to change the world. Hear it loud and clear. The time for doubt is gone. This is your final call. Your moment hesitation now only delays the blessings already prepared. The divine voice has spoken. Will you obey or remain silent? The choice is yours, but the consequences echo for eternity. Every second you hesitate, you risk missing the wave of divine power ready to carry you forward. God's plan is patient but not indefinite. The window of action is open, but it will not stay open forever. This is not a threat. It is a loving push from the Almighty who wants to see you soar. Don't be the one left behind, watching others claim what was meant for you. Let this urging pierce your heart and move you with urgency. The world is waiting for the full expression of your calling. When you finally step forward, you will look back and see this moment as your turning point. The moment you chose faith over fear, action over doubt. This is your destiny calling. Do not ignore it. Prepare for it. Your life is about to become the epicenter of divine power. God will use you to shake the very foundations of the earth, to bring transformation on a scale you have only dreamed of. This is not exaggeration, it is prophecy. Your obedience will release a force so mighty it will ripple across nations and generations. Are you ready to ignite this fire? The energy that will surge isn't just spiritual, it is catalytic. It will disrupt status quo, challenge impossibilities, bring new life where there was once despair. You are the spark, the light that will ignite the blaze. It begins with your declaration. It grows as your faith fuels the movement. Feel the anticipation building within you. Hear the powerful heartbeat of God ready to move through your hands, your voice, your presence. This is your call to greatness. Do you have the courage to rise and set the world on fire? The choice is yours. But know this, the world needs your light now more than ever. Now is your moment to rise as the leader you were born to be. Step into your full authority. Declare your divine calling to the world and command the destiny that awaits you. This is more than personal triumph. It is a sacred mission. Your time to rule, to lead, to inspire is here. Heaven aligns behind you. The earth waits beneath your feet. Command your life with faith and authority. Speak boldly. Act decisively. Your words matter. Your presence matters. Your spirit radiates power. You are no longer ordinary. You are chosen, anointed, set apart. This is your divine right and responsibility. As you embrace this calling, remember you carry the hope of many. Your obedience unlocks blessings not only for you, but for everyone you touch. Step into your role with courage, passion, unwavering faith. Your reign as the chosen one begins now. Embrace it fully and watch miracles unfold. This is the moment you've been preparing your entire life for. Every trial, every struggle, every silent whisper, they all converge. Now, a breakthrough so powerful, it changes everything you believe possible. The final step you take is no small act. It is a gateway, a new reality, one filled with wonder beyond your wildest dreams. Understand this. It is no coincidence, no random chance. It is divine timing, perfectly orchestrated by God's infinite wisdom and love. When you step, the very fabric of your existence will ripple with energy and change. Walls of limitation will crumble. A vast horizon of potential will open before you. This breakthrough isn't for the faint-hearted. It is for those ready to stand boldly, to embrace vulnerability, to declare truth with unwavering faith. Your courage in this moment will uplift you and ignite others. Know this: your breakthrough will testify to the power of obedience and trust in God's plan. It will challenge everything you once thought about your calling and destiny. The breakthrough will come suddenly and powerfully, like a storm clearing the sky to reveal the brightest stars. Prepare mentally, spiritually, emotionally, because once you step forward, there is no turning back. Your life will never be the same. Neither will the world around you. Remember, the final step isn't the end. It is a grand beginning of a journey into realms of glory, power, and divine favor. This is your time to break free from the chains of doubt and fear, to shatter glass ceilings that held you down, to rise like a phoenix burning with God's promise. Embrace it fully. Know that unimaginable breakthroughs are awaiting you just beyond this step. As soon as your voice breaks the silence and your heart declares your divine calling publicly, the universe begins to shift. This is not metaphor. It is cosmic alignment, a sacred synchrony where every star, every breeze, every moment conspires to support your purpose. The creative energy of the universe flows like rivers into your path, clearing obstacles, lighting the way. Your decoration is the signal to heaven and earth that you are ready. This alignment will usher in people, resources, opportunities you never imagined. Doors once sealed, wide open. Encouragement whispers turn into roaring waves. The universe honors boldness. It hears your proclamation and answers with cascading miracles. Signs will follow, first subtle, then unmistakable, confirming you are on the divine path. These signs anchor your faith and propel you on. Remember that alignment isn't always smooth. At times, the universe rearranges your life with sudden disruption and challenge. These are refinements of spirit, sharpening your resolve. Trust that each shift is purposeful, bringing you nearer to the destiny God carved for you. This alignment is your sacred partnership with the divine. Your proclamation plus God's will equals unstoppable purpose. When you declare, you stop drifting and become a magnet for destiny. The chaos slows, your mission accelerates. The path ahead may not be gentle, it may shake you, but it is divine order beneath the upheaval. Like the earth trembling before dawn, your life will shift to accommodate what God is doing. When you see sudden changes, don't recoil, lean into them. They are signs. They are resets. Sometimes they feel like storms tearing your world apart. But remember, God is your architect. Every twist, every unexpected turn is piece of a grander design for your growth, awakening triumph. These shifts beam clarity. They break illusions, reveal purpose. The greatest transformations are often dressed as upheaval. When you surrender, you allow the divine plan to accelerate. Resistance slows you, surrender propels you. Ready your mind and spirit. The shifts ahead bring new opportunities, new relationships, new revelations aligned with your calling. As unsettling as they may appear, they are sacred signals you're advancing. Trust the unseen hand steering you into unimaginable glory. When you answer, extraordinary happens within you. A fire ignites deep in your soul, awakening latent power beneath layers of doubt and fear. This power isn't just strength. It is divine force transforming hesitation into boldness, weakness into resilience, silence into a thunderous voice declaring truth. You will stand taller, your thoughts clear, your actions informed by wisdom. Fear, once your captor, loses its grip. Shadows that whispered lies of unworthiness flee before you're awakened. Light. You will find courage you never knew existed. The courage to face criticism, rejection, even isolation for your calling. This fearlessness isn't reckless. It is rooted in faith, a deep knowing that God is with you, fortifying you at every step. As this inner power ignites, your perception of challenge will change. What once seemed insurmountable now becomes stepping stones. Testimony. Your decisions will carry the weight of divine authority. Your presence will radiate hope. Remember that inner fire is sacred. Fuel it daily with prayer, with time in the Spirit, with community that uplifts. Let it burn through every lie, every limitation. When fear no longer dominates, you step into your role as the chosen one, unstoppable, immovable, aligned with your divine destiny. As you step boldly, expect your social world to shift. Some who walk beside you may no longer fit the vision God has for your life. This isn't rejection, it is refinement. A sacred pruning creating space for relationships rooted in truth and divine alignment. The people who stay, they are your true tribe. They will understand your mission, walk through highs and lows with you, encourage your growth, celebrate your victories. Their presence confirms your path. You are not alone. Be open to new relationships. God brings unexpected friends, mentors, partners who play critical roles in your destiny. These people will help carry the weight of your mission, offering wisdom, strength, love. Trust the refining process. It is a sign that your spiritual and social life are being elevated to match your calling. Once you publicly declare your calling, heaven opens channels of communication like never before. You begin to notice signs, symbols, messages and dreams, coincidences, sudden insights, each carrying sacred confirmation. These are tailored to you, delivered in ways that echo with your spirit. Some signs appear as repeated numbers, some as unexpected conversations, sudden joy, waves of peace. Each is a divine note meant for you. When the world feels heavy, your faith wavering, these messages become your anchor. They remind you God is actively at work in your journey. You are chosen. Now is your moment. Rise up, declare your purpose, broadcast your identity. Let heaven's favor surge through your life. This isn't just a message. This is your hour. Will you walk into it, chosen one? This is not just a message. This is a prophetic announcement released with urgency, weight, and holy precision. What you are about to receive is not polished for comfort. It is raw, it is piercing, and it is carrying the sound of the throne. Heaven is not whispering right now. Heaven is warning, summoning, and separating. The Lord has spoken, and what He has spoken is not a gentle breeze. It is a storm front. It is a spiritual bloodbath. Not because God delights in destruction, but because He is tearing down what is counterfeit, so that what is covenant can finally stand. The time for hoping and waiting has passed. The shift is no longer coming. It's here, right now. Everything around you is being shaken to expose what is true and dismantle what is false. You are watching it happen. What looks stable is cracking. What looked loyal is leaving. What looked safe is failing. and what looked hidden is being dragged into the light. This is why it feels intense, because it is. You are no longer in the waiting room of destiny, staring at a closed door and wondering when it will open. You have stepped into the battlefield of fulfillment, where promises are not simply received, they are contended for, carried through fire, and crowned through endurance. God is making it plain. This season will not be clean, quiet, or easy. It is war in the spirit, and many will not survive it. Not because they were not invited, but because they refused to prepare. Relationships are breaking because God is exposing motives. Systems are collapsing because God is exposing foundations. Hidden enemies are being unmasked because God is exposing intentions. And if your soul has been begging for confirmation, let this be it. The exposure you see is not random, it is divine. But hear me carefully, chosen one. If you truly carry the mark, this bloodbath is not your ending, it is your crossover. It is not the grave, it is the gateway. The pain, the losses, the isolation, the nights you fought battles nobody saw, none of it was meaningless. It has all been preparation for the moment you are standing in right now. You are not just going through something, you are being forged. You are being refined. You are being repositioned. Scripture warned you not to panic when the heat rises. Do not be surprised at the fiery trial when it comes upon you to test you. And what you called unbearable was actually evidence. You are being tested because you are being trusted. Fire does not come to destroy gold. Fire comes to prove gold. No more hoping things will change. The change is already crashing through your reality. If you are here, it is because your spirit has been crying out for clarity and heaven is answering with thunder. There are no coincidences in the realm of the spirit. God has led you here because the very fire you've been walking through is about to forge your crown. You thought you were being punished, but you are being purified. You thought you were being delayed, but you are being developed. You thought you were being buried, but you are being planted. And now God is separating those who carry power from those who only perform. Those who live in truth from those who live in appearances. There is no middle ground in this hour. The chosen are rising and the comfortable are falling. The faithful are being strengthened and the distracted are being shaken loose. So before we go further, I want you to respond not as a ritual, but as a prophetic act of agreement. Do 3 things. Hit the like button, subscribe so you stay aligned and help us reach 45,000 subscribers, and comment 99 below. This number carries immense power, and by leaving it, you will amplify this message and send a signal to the universe that you're ready for the truth. And to those who are supporting us and giving to this ministry, whether through the comment section or the super thanks feature, understand this: you are not just a giver, you are a collaborator. We are partners in this divine assignment. Your seed isn't random, it's alignment. It's your way of saying, God, I'm ready to move when you speak. That action is not just engagement, it is a signal. It says, I'm not only hearing, I'm responding. It says, I'm not only watching, I'm aligning. And alignment matters in a season like this, because obedience is how you step under covering. Faith is not passive. Faith moves. Faith answers. Faith says, yes, Lord. Even when the path is burning under your feet, stay with me. Because if you truly carry the mark of the chosen, your soul already knows what your mind keeps trying to debate. Everything God promised you is no longer a distant horizon. It is here, but it is arriving through fire, through battle, through pressure, through the kind of warfare that exposes whether you were only inspired or whether you were actually built. And when it is all said and done, you will not merely survive, you will stand in what you were born to rule. The Lord is not raising you as a spectator, He is raising you as an instrument. And He is not dressing you for comfort, He is armoring you for dominion. God's warning is clear, relentless, and present. The world is standing at the edge of a great spiritual upheaval. This is not a metaphor. This is not a distant prophecy meant for a later generation. It is unfolding now. A fierce trial is coming, already arriving, that will shake the foundations of life and reveal who is truly ready and who has only been pretending. The magnitude of what is shifting cannot be minimized. It's a divine purge where the prepared will emerge strengthened and the unprepared will face devastating collapse. Imagine standing in the eye of a storm so violent it tears apart everything you thought was stable. Relationships, finances, health, identity, routine, confidence, and even your sense of who you are. That is the kind of shaking this hour carries. This bloodbath is a fire meant to burn away illusions, false security, hidden pride, spiritual laziness, and the dangerous comfort of complacency. It is a test of faith and resilience. And the call is urgent. Prepare your soul as if your life depends on it, because it does. This is not just chaos, it is a crucible. It is the furnace where heaven separates the genuine from the counterfeit. History shows the pattern. When the pressure rises, masks fall. When the flood comes, only those who build before the rain survives. Noah is the witness. The flood did not ask for opinions. It demanded preparation. The ark was not built in the storm. It was built before the storm. And your readiness now will determine whether you stand through what's coming or become part of its casualties. Chosen one, God's voice is speaking louder than ever. This is not the hour for delay, hesitation, denial, or bargaining with conviction. This is the hour to move. If you ignore what heaven is saying, you risk losing what heaven assigned. Not because God is cruel, but because disobedience disconnects. You may feel the weight of this word pressing on your chest, but hear this. The weight is not meant to crush you. It is meant to awaken you. It is a sacred burden calling you out of ordinary living and into destiny. The chosen one is not someone who waits passively for a miracle while remaining unchanged. The chosen one responds with urgency, faith, and courage. You are standing at a crossroads where your decision will echo beyond your lifetime. How long will you waver? The Spirit asked. Because wavering in a war zone is not neutrality, it is vulnerability. Every moment wasted in distraction chips away at your strength. Every compromise dulls your discernment. Think of this as the final call before a door closes. Scripture speaks of doors that open and no one can shut, and doors that shut and no one can open. This is why the call is urgent. Many have heard warnings like this and rose into history not because they felt ready, but because they obeyed while trembling. This is your moment to do the same. Your hope is not in comfort. Your hope is in readiness. Your victory depends on whether you embrace the mission God has set before you. There is no turning back, only moving forward with unwavering faith. What lies ahead is not the end. It is a profound beginning. This is not death, it is upgrade. It is transformation. It is the kind of spiritual metamorphosis that lifts you beyond the limitations of your old self. As a caterpillar must surrender one form to step into another, you too must let go of what you were to become what you were called to be. And unlike nature, this upgrade demands conscious preparation. Without it, you will be left behind, still alive, but spiritually outdated, carrying yesterday's mind in tomorrow's world. This upgrade is stepping into a new realm of awareness, authority, intimacy with God, and clarity of assignment. Your inner frequency will shift, your spiritual sensitivity will sharpen, your endurance will expand, your essence will be refined. You will no longer be bound by past fears, old limitations, or recycled doubts. You will embody a higher purpose with unstoppable light and strength. But it cannot happen passively. You must prepare mind, body, and spirit for what is coming. Scripture reminds us that glory is often birthed through grinding, and calling is often revealed through crushing. Abraham waited before he inherited. Moses endured wilderness before he led. David was trained in hidden places before he faced giants. This is how God builds leaders, not in applause, but in pressure. Your path is no different. It is a journey of preparation that will culminate in elevation. This is your call to get ready now or face the heartbreak of watching your moment pass while you are still negotiating with fear. Prepare your heart for a painful reality. Relationships that shaped your life may fracture. This is not necessarily punishment, it is pruning. The word says the Father prunes the branch that bears fruit so it can bear more fruit. That means even what is good can be cut if it is limiting what is greater. God will cause certain connections to shatter so you can grow stronger, cleaner, and clearer. Ties that are not aligned with truth and purpose will fall away, leaving only what is authentic, covenant, and life-giving. This process will hurt, it will sting. Loss always does. But the pain is temporary and the purpose is holy. Brokenness clears space for divinely appointed relationships that will support you through the coming battles. This is a season of testing, and only the emotionally and spiritually fortified will come through intact. Remember, some of the greatest spiritual leaders endured loneliness before breakthrough. Even Jesus was deserted by many before victory was revealed. So do not interpret separation as abandonment. Sometimes God removes people, not to punish you, but to protect you. Sometimes God empties your hands because what He is about to place in them requires purity, not mixture. Stay strong, chosen one. God is reshaping your relational world, not for your destruction, but for your destiny. And in the midst of chaos and loss, a sudden return is coming. A reversal, a divine turnaround that will change everything. What looked lost, stability, influence, resources, health, will be restored in ways that defy logic. You'll wake up and realize doors are opening that used to be sealed. Opportunities will appear without warning. Strength will return. Provision will begin to flow. And you will know it was God because it will carry the fingerprint of impossibility. Scripture declares that God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all you ask or think. And when heaven moves like that, it silences every doubter without you saying a word. Joseph is proof. One day in prison, the next day positioned. Job is proof. Devastation did not get the final sentence, restoration did. These are not fairy tales, they are patterns. God's timing is perfect, and preparation sets the stage for sudden miracles. Be ready to receive your own return, not with surprise, but with readiness. God's favor and protection are not random. They are reserved for those who align in spirit and truths. When the world plunges into turmoil, only the ready will be shielded by divine grace. Those who cultivate faith, discipline, prayer, obedience, and integrity will find themselves covered in ways the human mind cannot explain. Favor is not entitlement. It is fruit. It is the harvest of surrender. And when storms come, the ready will stand unshaken, guided, guarded, and strengthened by God's hand. But those who refuse preparation will be exposed to unnecessary devastation. This is divine sorting, not because God is unfair, because God is holy. Throughout Scripture, favor rests on the prepared. Daniel remains steady under threat. David moved in courage against a giant. Esther stood in the gap with fasting and bravery. You are called to walk in that same covering. Prepare now to receive it fully. True power does not come by accident. It does not fall on the lazy. It does not rest on the double-minded. Power is forged through intentional preparation, persistent discipline, and unwavering faith. When you commit to readiness spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, you step into the authority God assigned you and understand what this authority is. Not domination, not control, not ego, but responsibility, leadership, and the ability to influence for righteousness. Think of a soldier without training. He's a casualty waiting to happen. But the one who trains relentlessly becomes dangerous to the enemy. Your spiritual journey is the same. The battles ahead, internal doubts, external chaos, will require you to wield your God-given authority with humility and confidence. Preparation sharpens your discernment like a blade. It enables you to cut through lies, fear, and darkness. It trains your mind to resist panic. It trains your spirit to stand when others collapse. It trains your heart to forgive without becoming weak. It trains your eyes to see beyond the storm into the strategy of God. When you emerge from this season of trial and transformation, you will no longer be who you used to be. You will become a radiant beacon, unshakable, undeniable, unstoppable. Not because you became perfect, but because God became central. This light is not arrogance, it is presence. It is the evidence of God living and moving through you. It will illuminate dark corners, your own and others. Imagine a lighthouse on a jagged coast. While waves slam and wind scream, the lighthouse does not argue with the storm. It simply shines. That is what you will become. Your energy will carry hope. Your words will carry weight. Your actions will call others upward. And the world needs this light now more than ever. As the old world crumbles, God is already orchestrating a new chapter in your life filled with renewed relationships and divine alignments. Those who truly belong in your story will return or appear perfectly timed and heaven-sent. These connections will be different, purer, stronger, purpose-driven. You may be grieving what you lost, feeling the sting of separation, but hold fast. God is making room for a sacred tribe. People who do not drain you, but strengthen you. People who do not confuse you, but confirm you. People who do not compete with your calling, but collaborate with it. Together, you will stand as a united force, able to weather storms and carry assignment. Your new relationships will be allies in this new era. Your divine purpose is not dead. It has been waiting, quiet but alive, ready to ignite again with fresh power. Whatever seasons of confusion, delay, or doubt you have endured are ending. The fog is lifting. The trial did not erase your calling, it purified it. What was stolen by fear, destruction, or pain is being reclaimed. Purpose will burn inside you again, and you will move with clarity that shocks even you. As you align with God's will, your spiritual frequency rises. Your life becomes a magnet for what heaven has already authorized. When your heart is clean, your faith is strong, and your focus is sharp, you open doors that cannot be opened by effort alone. Miracles begin to manifest. Provision, healing, restoration, divine connection. Not because you manipulated God, but because you aligned with God. Maintain that alignment through daily prayer, worship, gratitude, surrender, and obedience. Because alignment is not a one-time moment, it is a lifestyle. Those who endure this upheaval will not simply survive, they will be transformed into leaders for a new era. Your trials will forge wisdom, courage, compassion, and authority. Leadership will require humility, resilience, and intimacy with God. You will lead by example. You will carry calm in chaos. You will speak faith when others speak panic. You will be proof that God still builds people in the fire. Prepare yourself for intense shifts, sometimes nightly, because upgrades come with recalibration. Dreams may intensify, emotions may release, your body may feel the strain of transition. Do not fear it, steward it. Rest, pray, journal, guard your mind, worship through it. Resistance makes it heavier, surrender makes it clearer. The stakes are critical. Neglecting preparation leads to spiritual decline, not because God is cruel, but because neglect always leads to loss. A farmer who refuses to plant cannot demand harvest. In the same way, a believer who refuses discipline cannot demand authority. Distractions will come relentlessly. Comfort, temptation, fear, doubt, procrastination. But in this season, distraction is not merely inconvenient, it is dangerous. Losing focus can cost you what you prayed for. Guard your heart fiercely. Guard your time violently. Refuse to let small compromises steal big assignments. Choose to stand. Choose to rise. Choose to fulfill destiny. There is a divine paradox at the heart of your journey. God will break what is false so He can build what is eternal. This breaking is not punishment, it is purification. The pain is the hammer shaping the vessel. The pressure is the hands of God forming you into something stronger. It may come suddenly through broken relationships, shattered expectations, unexpected losses. It will feel terrifying, but it is also an invitation to surrender fully. Because when you stop resisting and let God work, restoration begins. No masterpiece is formed without pressure. No crown is carried without crushing. This season may feel unbearable, but it is temporary. The breaking is followed by rebuilding. And when you emerge, you will not be the same. You will be stronger, wiser, cleaner in discernment, and radiant with the presence of God. So hear this final line as a trumpet. There is no more room for hesitation. Your mission begins now, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready. Now this is decision time. Will you stand in faith or fall into fear? The stakes are high because your life is not only about you. Your obedience will touch others. Your breakthrough will become a doorway for generations. Excuses are weapons used against destiny, but that season is over. God is calling you to rise above fear, doubts, and past failures. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is movement despite fear. Rise, claim your assignment, step into God's plan with faith and action. A fierce storm is here, testing power, love, and health, but you are not powerless. You are being trained to stand. As the earth shakes and nations tremble, you are called to be unshakable. Not because the world is stable, but because God is. Peace is your weapon. Steadfastness is your shield. Faith is your anchor. People will look to you as a pillar in the storm, and when the storm passes, those who stood will build what comes next. This is a time of clarity, no middle ground. To follow God wholeheartedly is life, favor, and restoration. To ignore His call is loss, not because God hates, but because separation from God produces darkness. Choose wisely, choose alignment, choose readiness. The bloodbath may be real, but so is the promise. And your victory is not a question mark, it is an inheritance. In all these things, we are more than conquerors, the word declares, not by your strength, but by His. So stand tall, warrior. Keep your focus. Guard your spirit. Let pain become your doorway, not your prison. Let the fire become your forge, not your funeral, because you are not waiting for your moment anymore. The time to shine is now. And the trials you endured were not proof you were forgotten. They were proof you were being formed. Thank you for joining me in this holy moment. If this prayer spoke to your spirit, leave a comment below and share how it moved you. Let your testimony become someone else's confirmation. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, because the journey of the chosen is just beginning. The season of silence is over. The season of glory is here. This isn't just a return, it's a rebirth. This isn't just recovery, it's resurrection. And what God restores, no one can steal again. Your name is rising. Let it rise.